Sairam everyone. We'll just get started with 3 ohms and a prayer to Swami. Swami, please guide us through this excellent nice eye and eye program, and let us speak the wonderful experiences that we had with you, and let Brother Julio and Brother Alok share their wonderful experiences for us today. Sairam. Welcome everyone, Sairam. um, we have Brother Julio here today with us, and he's going to share some wonderful experiences with Swami. He recently moved to Dallas here, and he now works with Toyota here at Dallas. So, welcome, Brother Julio. Without time taking here, me taking a lot of time here, I would hand it over to you and let you take charge in explaining how that really goes with you and your experiences with Swami. Welcome, brother.
I know, my dear brother. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for this sacred opportunity. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity. I would like to offer my words to the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Beloved Swami, we love you. Please guide every single word. Just flows in your love and let us be happy. Let us enjoy and feel our hearts full of devotion. We love you, beloved Swami. Thank you very much. Please sit down. I want to say hello to all of you.
Sairam.
Thank you for the heartfelt and warm welcome here in Dallas, in the Sai Center. The experience at the center has been beautiful, wonderful. I'm very happy. My wife is very, very happy. My daughter, we just love to go to the center. It's such a beautiful center, such a beautiful and pure energy. The bhajans, everything is beautiful. Everything is well planned with a perfect structure. Everybody's doing everybody on the board is doing their best. So the experience is wonderful. Uh, uh, talking about Swami, and well, what can I say? Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba for me is the eternal love God. He's my best friend. It's like sometimes I see Baba like my father, like my mother. Sometimes he's just my best friend. I just want to talk to him. Sometimes Swami is my favorite superhero, like the most powerful Avenger in all the universes. So Swami is just everything. Everything is something that in my inner conversation with Swami, I call it like Sai culture. Thai culture. When you listen to a bhajan, when you smell something, some special incense, fragrance, food, everything reminds you Prashanti. Everything reminds you Cool and Hold, Baba. Everything is just always surrounded by this Sai culture. Sai is just beautiful. Saying Om Sai Ram to everyone, with your family, with your friends, just is is part of our lives. It's part of our thoughts, our everything is. For me, being a Sai devotee is just, it's just my identity. It's what I am. It's what I,
So how did you come into Swami's fold? What was your starting point coming to Swami's fold? How did you get introduced into Swami, and what really got into Swami's fold? How did you I know you were earlier a community
it's something.
coordinator for many years.
Something happened with the
How was your role
connection.
there? Oh, um, can you hear me, brother?
No, you got freezed. You
Oh,
got freeze suddenly, and your it was cutting. I
okay.
couldn't. I
Can you hear me
couldn't.
now? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Okay. Uh, I mean, what is your starting point to the connection with Swami, right? How did you get connected to Swami? What was your experience like on that front with Swami? And what was the actual trigger point, right? That everybody has their own trigger point to Swami. So what was your starting point there to Swami?
Well, I had the grace to born into a Sai family.
Oh,
Thanks
great.
to, yeah, it was a grace of Swami. Like my parents, my grandparents, they were all Sai devotees, and my parents are still Sai devotees, and uh, basically, I have learned, and that back in that time, back in Venezuela, I was born in South American Venezuela. Those times, SSIO was very small. There was only one center or two. Everything was, Sai movement was starting in Venezuela. Uh, so it was something very interesting. We start having like lilas or miracle experiences at home.
Mhm.
So my elder sister started seeing Swami. Swami was appearing at home, playing with her. I was too small. I have no memories. But Swami started playing around, playing with us and all this. Swami always dressed in a white robe. So all these miracles start happening, and I start, since I have memory, I start having dreams with Baba all the time. So I was very young. I was just, I have all memories, and it was the same dream every other week, every month, all the time through all my childhood. Same
Mhm.
dreams, and in the dream, I was raised in a Catholic school. It was
Mhm.
a very good school. So my parents, they put me into the Catholic school. So my dream was always, it was just a road, a big road, and Jesus Christ and Swami,
Wow.
and they both hold me, one in the left hand, one in the right hand, and they say, "Okay, let's walk together." Walking three together, very happy, like
Wow.
three best friends. Yeah, same dream. I used to tell to my mom, "Mommy, I having this dream every time." Was so this type of dream developed in me the sense of proximity with Jesus and with Baba, in a physical proximity, and like Baba and Jesus being my friends. So going to Balbicas, going to the Sai
So
Center
how old
every
were you?
week. Huh?
How old were you when this kind of dream started coming in?
No,
What was
since I
your
have memory, since I have memory.
and you have not seen Swami. You have not seen Swami by the
Never in
time.
Prashanti, no.
Uh,
My first time I saw Swami in Prashanti Nilayam, I had like 19 years old, 18 years old. It was in Prashanti in the year 2002. Okay.
wow.
And it was that. that trip to India, it was a game changer in my life.
Mhm.
Okay, I had so many experiences and very deep and powerful experiences with Baba, some interviews, some private interviews. So it was just boom. Uh, that's why I can say today I consider myself Swami's disciple. Like Jesus had 12 disciples, but we are millions of side disciples. And I can say I'm a side disciple. I'm a living proof or living witness that Satya Sai Baba is God on earth, 100%. I can say this everywhere. I can explain why, and I can talk about all my experiences. Living proof, 100%. Nobody's paying to me. Satya Sai Baba is God, 100%. He's a he is the supreme above all the universes, but in a small body, a small physical body.
So,
So
you were telling about the experiences on your dreams that you were having very frequently. How did that really influence your life during that kind of a younger child age, right? Like what did it bring in you? Um, uh,
yes, so it was wonderful. It was as I told you, going to the center all the time, going to all the workshops or Baldikas and bhajans every night, everything in the Sai Center, plus having all these dreams all the time. It was just like, in my experience, it was like I'm part of it, of this. That's it. This is my life. I'm a part of Sai Baba. I'm part of all this. I'm part of the Sai Center. It's just my identity. This is what I am. This is what I want to do, and that's it. It was very clear and very powerful since I was a kid, and obviously, well, when I was 4 years old, 4 years old, I was very sick, very ill with a very bad illness. They call it bacterial meningitis. It
oh,
was it was I was compromised 100%, almost very bad, very bad. I don't know how can I say it, but I was almost dying.
hmm,
Very bad expectations of life in that moment. That was on December.
hmm,
After 1 month in the hospital, all the medical doctors, they told to my parents, "There's nothing else we can do. He would die or if he doesn't die, he would have a very very bad brain damage.
wow.
So he's gonna live like very bad. So it was bad. My parents just start praying to Baba, and they put a lot of vibhuti all over my body
Hmm.
and start praying Om Sairan, chanting Om Sairan all night long until morning time. Om Sairan, never stop. The next day, they saw like the fever went down.
Hmm.
All the nurses were like, "Oh, what's going on here? Fever is decreasing out of nothing." So it wasn't like the first sign of something happened. Let's see. And suddenly it was on the Christmas Eve, and somebody knocked the door of the room on the hospital. It was like a kind of children's hospital in Caracas, Venezuela, in front of a big road in the middle of the big city. And somebody knocked the door. My father opened the door, and there was a kind of Santa. It was an old man with white beard,
Oh, wow.
but it looks like, yeah, different. It wasn't a white man. It was just different. It was very old and very weird suit of Santa. And he didn't say a word. He just he took a candy on his head and placed a candy piece of candy on my hand. And
Oh,
he said, like, eat it. That's it. I ate the candy, and he left the room immediately my father was walking up behind him. The guy just disappeared. The Santa disappeared. My father was talking to all the nurses were there. Hey, where this Santa goes? Do you see the Santa, or who sent the Santa to my room? What's going on here? And all the nurses, they said, sir, what are you talking about? There's no Santa. There's no Santa who came here. Nobody called a Santa. What are you talking about? You crazy or what? And my dad was, what? Everyone saw it here in the room. What's going on? One old man like Santa came here. He gave us a piece of candy. What's going on? I said, no, sir. You can, we are all here. Nobody came here. No Santa, nothing. Suddenly, my dad said, what's going on? He opened the window. He opened the window of the room facing to the street. And the mysterious Santa Claus was there doing like this, far away in the street, doing like this, and then start walking and disappear. And then it wasn't until my dad saw the picture of Shirdi Sai Baba, then when he realized it was Shirdi Sai Baba. And after this piece of candy, the bacterial meningitis disappeared, absolutely just disappeared. And it was on that hospital, it was recorded for the whole medical board, all the president of the medical board, they did a special meeting with my family, and they recorded this experience as just a miracle, something that science cannot explain. It was recorded as a miracle of God. So after a few days, it was like new. Nothing happens. Everything disappeared. All the karma was burned. That's it. And it was a very powerful experience. And this experience, a specific experience, resounds all over my family. Mm-hmm. All the family, like everybody understand how powerful is the faith and the devotion when you chant the name of God. Mm-hmm. And Sai Baba and Shirdi Sai Baba, the connection, Jesus, Santa, Shirdi Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, all together is, there's nothing impossible for the Lord. And all the ways that the Lord uses are very mysterious and very, blows your mind. And well, I kept having these Baba dreams, and then the dreams start getting more like different dreams, more like conversations and very deep experience. And when I was a teenager, I started developing a sense of I want to achieve Satya Sai Baba. I know everything because of my parents. I know everything that I know until now because of Sai Center, my parents, but I really want to achieve all this knowledge and all these experiences by myself. So I really need to start doing sadhana, strongly meditation and all this, and reading all the books that I can. So I start reading every single book of Satya Sai Baba. Every single book, reading. I remember I read Bhagavad Gita in one day. I've read Bhagavad Gita in one day. I was a machine reading everything. And reading Satya Sai Baba is such an important thing to do. Very, very important. Satya Sai Baba books and their Sai devotees books. All is very important. So, my family started traveling to India. My uncles, all the family started having trips to India. Beautiful experiences with Sai Baba. My dad was a Bajan singer. He's a Bajan singer also, and he was a Bajan's brider, and many things, beautiful things happening in the family and all this. And then I start doing sadhana, meditation. I didn't know how to. I was doing just regular jyoti meditation, light meditation, with the candle and all this, very basic. but that was the starting point, and that's very powerful and very important. And then Baba started guiding me through the dreams. And when I was ready, I had such a powerful journey for Baba. I started having these powerful dreams with Baba, and I was crying in my heart. Baba, I want to go with you. I want to be in front of you. I know you're here. I know I see you in dreams, but I want to be in Prashanti with you. I want to give you a hug. I want to just, I feel it. I need it. And I start having some beautiful dreams. Baba used to give me beautiful gifts in my dreams. A lot of rings, a lot of necklace, a lot of material things on the dreams, a lot of things. And I was like, Baba, I just want to be with you, please. And then suddenly I was I was a little bit sick, doing some checkups on that time. And I was very worried because I finished school. I was almost there to go to Prashanti. I said, yes. Uh, and then I was on these medical problems and things. I was very worried. And then Baba came to my dream and he said, hey, don't worry about your checkups. Everything will be fine. You're going to come with me and you're going to stay with me. And Baba give me a hug. That was a dream. Next day I said, yes, and right. Next week, everything was good, everything perfect. To boom, I took a flight to Prashanti, and the whole experience was amazing. It was beautiful. And I can remember my first darshan. It was on a Brindava ashram in Whitefield. Yes, one second. And uh, I saw Baba. I was sitting there, and Baba started walking in front of me. I was like a fourth, five, fifth line. And when Baba started passing in front of me, I start feeling a very weird sensation all over my body, like energy sparkling, vibration, and like ants, like ants biting all over the body. It was like that. And then it was so powerful, and I start crying. Oh, it was such a powerful experience. I start crying. Then Swami keep walking, and he went away, and the experience was calming down. Then I realized, oh, what is this? My God, it was intense. It was good. And but before that, I had a very powerful experience, and I was taking care of my food, very clean vegetarian food and meditation. And suddenly Baba came to my dream, and he showed me how to do a breath work. Start
So
doing
what?
meditation in a very special breath work,
Oh,
breath meditation, breath practices. And that is something that has to be very careful, and you need a very good guidance and all this. And what he was teaching me, I start doing it. I was And the experience, once experience that I had, that was before the trip to Prashanti. So much energy started expanding from me. I felt my body like an atomic bomb about to explode on the universe. It was such a powerful experience. And then I was very afraid, praying to Baba, Baba, stop this, please. And then stop. And then suddenly, in another experience, I was doing a meditation and start feeling love for everyone. And I was sitting in front of the altar, because at that time my house was a site center. And I prayed to Baba, Baba. There is a lot of people suffering in this world, a lot of people suffering in this planet. Please take this body and put all the suffering of everyone in this planet on my body, and make these atoms and these cells just explode and disappear, and take all the suffering of everyone. I was praying this so inside of my heart, crying, please, Swami, do this. And suddenly something happened. Something like a fire explode on my I don't know, on my coccyx, on my sacros, on my spine, like just fire, flame expansion. It was so rigid an experience. I couldn't move for half an hour. Just fire, flame on my body. Something happened. I said, "Oh, Swami, it was powerful. It was good." So it was. I don't know, a preparation for physical encounter with Swami, and it was beautiful. Uh, when I was in this first trip, there is a beautiful experience, very beautiful experience. Uh, about this experience, I was talking. I had the privilege of being a speaker on the Kurwan Hall during the one of the World Youth Conferences, World Youth Festival. I think it was 2016, and I was talking, or 2011, 2016. I was talking about this, and it was a powerful experience because uh, my sister, she was on the birthday she was on her birthday taking some pictures. You remember back in the time, by the end of the 90s, the cameras were using rolls, film rolls. Could you remember? Yes. So you need to take it to
And then you have to develop it,
a
print
special
it. It's a
shop to
different. Yeah.
develop it and pay a lot of money and all these crazy things.
Yeah.
And she was taking pictures with the on her workplace with the co-workers and all this. When when she was developing the pictures, the guy called her like, "Hey, I want you to come and see something. There is in one picture, there is something weird. There is a guy, there is a weird person inside your car." Because it was like my sister and two friends standing, and in the behind of the photo, it was a car, her car. He said, "There is a weird guy in an orange robe and big hair sitting inside your car. Come and take a look." And my sister was like, "What? Okay, let's see." She arrived to the place and she saw the picture. My God, Swami inside the car. Oh, that's good. And it was funny. Uh, Everybody in the family looking at the picture say, "Oh, Swami, thank you." So she took it like a birthday gift, you know. It was a birthday gift. And when what happened? Like some years after this episode, my sister sent the picture. My one of my cousins was visiting Prashanti. My we used to send letters to Baba, and she put the picture inside the letter. She was saying like, "I want to return this to Baba." And my mom said, "No, don't do that. You will regret. There was a Swami's gift to you. Don't do that." And she was like, "No, no, please, I want to give this back to Baba." I said, "No, it's a mistake." Okay. My cousin gave the letter to Baba, and the picture just disappeared. And
Wow.
then in the 2002, when I was in Prashanti first time, and then we moved from Whitefield to Prashanti, and I was inside in the private interview room. I was talking to Baba about some other topics. Baba was talking to me, and then suddenly I I I I remember about the picture. The whole situation came to my mind, and I said, "Baba." I like Baba was talking. I just interrupt, like I just caught Baba like, "Swami, I saw you in the picture." "Swami, I saw you in the picture." Uh, and Swami stopped me like, yes, yes. And same words, Baba said, yes, yes. Inside the car of your sister. You know that Swami is everywhere. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, so yes, it was beautiful. And then he asked me for my sister. Hey, where's your sister? So like, as if you don't know. She's back in Venezuela. And then, where's your sister? So I mean, like, okay, I know. Okay, okay, okay. So that experience was beautiful. And then in the next like World Youth Conference in 2007, I was in Prashanti with my sister. We were there, and she started writing letters to Baba. Please, Baba, give me my photo back, please. I want my photo back, please. She was so sad. Oh, every darshan so sad. It was so funny. And then when she went back to Venezuela, she was like she's still sad, praying every day for for the photo. And then my mom, that in one day, my mom in the morning time, she had a dream. In the dream, Baba said to her, i I gave her back the photo back, just for her to show the photo to everyone. And my mother woke up like, she woke up like, hey, listen. And my in that very moment, my sister was opening her closet, and the picture was in the closet. And she started crying like, oh my God. I said, Baba told me that he bring back the photo for you. And say, yes, yes, it's here. Oh, wow. So all these beautiful lila around the picture. So it was,
Do you have a copy of that picture? Do you mind
yes,
sharing it?
yes, yes. I have a digital somewhere. Yes, we scan the picture for sure. We have it everywhere. I was trying to find it, but yeah, I will email to you for sure.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So something happens in that trip. Many things happen, but I was trying to have this. Beside us, all these super powerful experience, you see Baba doing a lot of creations, a lot of things, and reading my thoughts, reading my mind. He knows everything. Many things I saw Baba talking to me without moving the lips, and all these things. Okay, we all know about these Baba superpowers. Very nice. But I was, there is something more powerful, like trying to understand Swami's omnipresence and Swami synchronicity of everyone. Is just Swami doing everything in everywhere, and trying to realize this experience and asking Swami, okay, Swami, I just want to be here with you, but what is the purpose of all this? What is the goal of all this? What's the point? I was always looking, okay, all these very hard discipline. I was for many years in my house, sleeping in the floor, doing a lot of fasting, a lot of things. I wanted to experience all this, what all these swamis were talking about what is to realize God, what is samadhi, what is the goal of life, how can you feel this just state of bliss, a state of infinite love, stopping all sufferings, stopping all worries. I was working on that. I want to go very deep on this, Swami. I don't want to. I just I want to see what is behind all this, because okay, singing bhajans, having this love, being in love with you is beautiful, but I want to go as deep as I can, as deep as you say that we have to go. So it was powerful. I was trying to understand many things. I was trying to see a lot of things happening in the world that are good things, a lot of bad things happening as well. Everything, it was a kind of difficult on that moment understand that everything is under the control of Swami. Nothing escape from Swami's control. That is difficult when when someone loses a family member, when somebody has an accident, that's very difficult to understand. How is Swami? Why it was this out of his control? No, it's always under the control of Swami. So you just put your hands on the heart and say, I trust the plan. Trust the plan. It's Swami's plan. We cannot understand with the mind, but it's a plan. So he was playing with my mind, but Swami knew that I had these type of thoughts on my mind. In an interview room with all the Venezuelan relatives, devotees, I was in front of Baba, and and Swami likes to joke a lot. He likes to break the ice all the time. He was so funny. He was he was asking me for this lady. Who's she? Who is she? I said, Swami, uh, well, she's a Sai devotee. No, 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 no. Who is she? Well, Swami, and some devotees were start like whispering, like, tell Baba, she's your mother. Okay, Baba, she's my mother. And Swami said, like, what? She's not your mother. That is not your mother. I said, okay, Swami, sorry, sorry. And then he started again. Tell me, you boy, who's she? I said, who is she? I said, oh, Swami, okay. And then my mind took the control. I want to be a smart guy. Swami, you said everyone is God. And I said, Swami, well, she is God. I said, I'm very smart. And Swami said, what? Okay, if you believe that she is God, you go with her and stay with her, not with me. I said, oh, Swami, no, 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 I'm sorry, you're God, you're God. And she started laughing. She started laughing on me so bad. I said, oh my God, it was so funny. Just to break the ice, you know. I said, no, Swami, I know you're God. I know you're God. Sorry. Okay, yes, yes, yes. And then Swami called this lady and Swami created a ring, a beautiful diamond ring in front of my face. Boom. It was gold with diamond. And then Swami took the ring and said, oh, diamonds. I said, yes, beautiful. And and Swami called the lady, like, give me your hand. And something happened. The ring was so small. Like, have no sense. Swami was pushing so hard, trying to put the ring on the finger. And you know, trying Swami was doing faces so funny, like and oh my God, it was like, what's going on? What's going on? And then all this process in my mind, thinking about God has everything under control and many things, wrong things happening out of God control and all this. And then Swami asked me, what's going on? What is happening? He put it in my face. What's happening? I say, like, I thought, like, you made a mistake, Swami. It's just too small. And Swami looked at my face and said, it's not small. It is perfect. And he blows the ring, and the ring grows. And then he put it on the finger. I was speechless because nobody understand what was going on. A lot of people there, but like nobody knew what was inside of me, my thoughts and the relation about this situation. I was like, oh, okay, everything is perfect, and that was a very good starting point of everything is perfect. So everything is perfect, and he can change. He It's just an illusion that we need to believe that everything is out of control. We need to believe that, you know, he his hand is not present, but it is. Everything is happening because of him. That's it, and that's the fact. And that's the fact. So more things were happening. More things. I I was working. I was working on my sadhana very hard, doing Gayatri mantra. Since I was a kid, my mother and my father, they teach me Gayatri mantra. They told me that I have to sing Gayatri mantra every single day. The Gayatri mantra was something very, very important. And I had like this Japamala 108 beats.
Mhm.
I remember I had two of sandal ones doing Gayatri Mantra 108 every single day. In India, doing a lot, boom, 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 boom. And and then in the interview room, I was like, I was a a lot of people concerned about what's the best way to sing Gayatri, what's the right pronunciation, and all this. I was praying to Baba, and I had my Japamala. I showed to Baba. I said like, Swami, I'm praying the Gayatri, and Swami hold the Japamalas and he put inside. He said, just keep it, and then said, go to the private room. That was another interview in the private room, and I was with my dear brother Saturno. Is we're very close friends and Sai relative, Sai co-workers, and he has a beautiful, mind-blowing experiences with Swami as well. And we were together, and Swami teach us word by word how to sing the Gayatri mantra in the interview room.
Wow.
He start. It was a full lesson. He start repeating, doing the om. Okay, repeat after me. Do om. No. Repeat om. Hood bhuba, hood bhuba. Repeat after me. Hood bhuba. And we did the whole lesson of Gayatri mantra. And then somebody said, repeat the whole mantra. Oh, bhud bhuba subha. We did all the whole Gayatri mantra. They said, Swami said, okay. When when we finished that, then Swami said something that I never heard before. Never. You know, when we're praying Gayatri Mantra, we're praying to the sun, the God of the sun, God. You know, it's powerful energy from the sun. And and when Swami, you wanna do Swami salutations, you Swami say Par Namaskar. You know, Namaskar is salutations to me. And then Swami, when we finished the Gayatri Mantra thing, the class, Swami said, he moved the rope and he said, Surya Namaskar. I said, what? Surya Namaskar, he was pointing the feet. So I start kissing Baba's feet. And then Baba slapped me on the head very hard. Boom! Here. And then to my friend, boom! We both were like, oh, okay. It was good. It was very intense. So Swami was telling me, Surya Namaskar, salutations to the God, to the sun. Swami was telling me right there, I'm the sun. So you salutate, you do pranams to me, the sun. I never heard someone else that Swami said Surya Namaskar to myself. It was something very, very weird. Very, very nice.
So
And
I can only, I mean, the very powerful experience that you just narrated is not very common. And the way the mantra diksha is given to a person is what you just narrated, right? Like, I don't know. The mantra diksha is usually not given to a person so easily. You have to deserve it to get that diksha or to the starting point. And this is, and Swami giving the Gayatri Mantra himself to you and saying, hey, I am the sun, now do prostrations for me.
yes,
Um, and sun being the starting point of this Gayatri Mantra herself, right? Is Gayatri Mata, Gayatri Chandas. Gayatri Chandas is the meteor itself is from sun. So if you go back in history and look at the way how Yagyavalkya had only the Gayatri Mantra and he prayed to Surya Bhagwan to get all his thing back, and how he gets all the Vedas back in him, and how he learns the Sukla Yajurveda and everything, and how the Vedas themselves originate from the sun, and sun being one of those primordial entities to say, hey, no, I'm educating, and Swami coming and saying that I'm son and do Surya Namaskar to me is I mean it's a chilling experience that I just heard. I don't know how many people can relate to it, but I can certainly relate to it. And that too, you I mean, for a person being in India, being connected to Swami is a very different thing, right? It's more close proximity, it's more
Yes.
easy access. You have various places to go and learn about Swami. It's a very different thing to altogether. But having such profound experiences for someone outside of India, especially from a place where it is completely very different than India, very far from India. Such a close experience with Swami is really mind blowing for me. I mean, I think we need like a separate my Sai and I series of episodes with just with you to
It was,
more understand
yes, there are
a lot.
many things we can talk about. And I was, I, in my heart, my only desire, it was just to be with Bob. I was inside like I just want to be with you. But I was, very immature, and I was in a spiritual development and many things, and also ego was inflated, and many things. Swami has to, I don't know, deflate is the word. I don't know, deflate ego, and many things has to happen. And Swami is polishing every day, polishing through the years, through the experiences, through everything. So I was under this polishing process was very. It was harder at that moment, but now I understand everything. I understand why. But type of experiences are so unique, so beautiful. So that's why I'm telling you, I'm living witness, living proof. Satya Sai Baba is God. Satya Sai Baba is everything. And there are many other mind blowing experiences, and I felt so close to Baba. Is something that you feel like it's just there is such a powerful love. You are so in love with Baba. It's just Baba. And something that I can say now to everyone that are listening to us: never stop chanting Gayatri mantra. Never give up Gayatri mantra. Never, my friend. You can give up singing bhajans or doing whatever meditation or whatever you want to do. Never stop singing Gayatri Mantra. If you are having kids and you want to teach something that is going to be powerful and it's going to take your kid protected until he start the way to Bhagavan again, Gayatri Mantra. Everything, all the miracles you can achieve, everything you can happen, all the my major protection, everything is Gayatri Mantra, my friend. It's the most powerful thing you can experience. And is something you at least do Gayatri Mantra before having your food. Before having your food or when you wake up, or try to have your Gayatri Mantra every single day, at least one. But that's very powerful, and it's a very big advice. Do Gayatri Mantra. Also, well, all this journey that is still going on, it was, you let me know when I have to stop. So
You have
No, no,
another
that's
10, 12 minutes. Go for it.
yeah.
okay, that's good. Uh, it was so beautiful, and I was so crazy in love with Baba. I was. I remember my dear brother Saturno and I. We're both are tall. I'm like 6'3", and Saturno is like 6'5", and we were on the knees. On the knees, we were the same height of Baba, and I was hugging Baba, and he was hugging Baba, and then we were doing a competition to see who can hug Baba more strong hug. And then I was squeezing Baba, and then he was also squeezing Baba, and then I said, yeah, I'm gonna squeeze him more strong. It was and then Baba suddenly said, yeah, stop, please. And Baba was strong. you know something, Swami's body, physical body, had muscles, very in shape, strong muscles. Yes. And it was, my God, it was beautiful. And I remember after this interview with the Venezuelan devotees, everybody left the room. Many other things happened, but in some other opportunity, I will tell you. And everybody, Swami say, okay, like interview has come to an end. Please, let's go outside, move everyone inside. And it was like in another, I don't know, dimension, sitting on the floor, like I'm not moving. I don't know, but I'm not leaving this room. I just want to stay with you here. That's it. And everybody left the room. And then I was just sitting there in the middle of the room. I'm not moving. And it was like, oh, everybody left. Swami left. Everyone left. I said, what? I said, well, I'm staying. I'm not moving. And Swami entered the room again and came back to me. And then he sat in front of me and he held me in the face and he said, be happy. And in front of my face, I burst into a very, explosive happiness. And I stand up, boom, I stand up suddenly, and Swami stand up. And I hold Baba on the head like this and start kissing Baba on the head. And Baba was like, no. Oh, I was like crazy, man. I never had someone doing this crazy thing that I did. It was so funny. But it was just love and was like it was just experience of bliss, man. And I like having Baba on the head and kissing Baba on the head like this, and Baba was smiling like this crazy guy. And then Swami said, okay, come, let's go. Swami told me, I will give you a gift. I'll give you a gift. And we left the room, and I was in such a state of bliss for several days. Beautiful. And then I start developing, let me jump to another place. I start developing inner experiences with Baba and the sadhana, meditation, and all these. Start doing a lot of meditation. This breath work was kind of confusing sometimes until I moved to Panama. I lived in Panama like 5 years. And suddenly my boss, he was a Sai devotee. He told me like, hey, I have this book. And I don't like to read in Spanish. Probably you would take advantage of the book. Take it. I said, okay, Baba's picture. I said, liberation, a reachable goal. Okay. Writer, he was Dr. Edilio Sanchez. He's a Venezuelan. He's from Venezuela, Venezuelan doctor. But I didn't know him. I started reading, just pray to Baba, open the book, read one page, and catch me. Boom. What is this? I read the same experiences that I was having. I say, oh, there is another guy having the same experiences on meditation and all these, having this experience, expansion of consciousness and all these. I say, my God. So I start reading. I read the book like in one day. Boom. I was doing research on internet. I need to find this guy. I need to find this doctor. Next day, I found a phone number. It was different phone numbers on internet. Start calling. Boom. I found him. It was Dr. Edilio Sanchez. He was actually from Miami Sai Center. He was a president of Sai Center as well, some long time ago. And he's a medical doctor with this beautiful Sai family. And he's a Jivan Mukta. He's a kind of Swami. He reached the goal of life, higher experience of God, unity. So he started guiding me. We started having conversation, visiting him, talking. It was such a powerful and beautiful experiences. And he started describing the roadmap to realize Swami. It's not difficult. You don't need to go to the Himalayan mountains. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just read the book, follow the roadmap. It's very easy, breath work, prayers, and some preparation, but that's it. Be consistent, have a good discipline, and you're going to start developing these experiences. That is a very good, important, and is a game changer. This book is a Liberation and Reachable Goal. You can find it in English, you can find it in Spanish, in different languages. And Brother Edilio, he was giving, he gave the Christmas speech at Cuba Hall like 3 or 4 years back. You can find it in YouTube, I think. So, Brother Edilio, he's just amazing. He's pure love, and he's a treasure, and we have him in America. He's a treasure. It's like being with Baba. It's pure love, and this book was a game changer. I start practicing and developing these inner experiences and how to connect with Baba very, very easily and very fast. And that's a good point. That's a point. We need to work on the inner work. Sometimes we work a lot in the Seva. That's very important. Everything is important. We work in Seva, we work in the SSIO, we work as office bearers, we work as SSC teachers and all this. But we need to do everyday sadhana work. We sing bhajans, we do all this. We need to do every day. Swami say, do meditation and pray every day. That's one of Swami's command. Meditation and pray every single day. So we need to go deep on this meditation. We need to find the Swamis in our heart. Is when you reach these levels, when you start experience Savikalpa Samadhi, first levels of Samadhi, you understand, you realize what is Swami telling you about selfless love, about Ananda. This Ananda is real. The thing is, you can, go inside, outside, inside. Inside is having the experience of the self, then go back again, having the experience of the mind. When you are in the experience of the mind, ego takes the control. Ego makes you feel separated of everything and makes you feel identity of an individual. You understand? And the ego has a very subtle energy. But when you start having this experience, going inside the self, one and another, anytime is more easy. It's a process. You start doing it, and then suddenly you reach a higher state, Vivekappa Samadhi and all this, you never go back from this state. You never go back to the state of mind, this mind consciousness. So this is amazing. It's amazing. You can, first time I entered this Savikalpa Samadhi, the experience lasts for 15 days, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I can give you 1 hour satsang just telling you what happened during these 2 weeks. I was aware of everything. I was seeing the future, what's going to happen. I was seeing energy in everybody. It was such a powerful experience. I was feeling love I was seeing the consciousness on the objects, feeling love for every object. Everything is full of the consciousness of God. Everything is the energy of God. So having this experience developed more faith in you. Then you go back to the consciousness of mind. Then you start working again on the process. But we need to go deep, and we need to practice, and we need discipline. And praying Gayatri Mantra is the key to open every door. Open every door. It's like the ticket that will allow you to go straight to this unity with God, to achieve all this love of God. And one last experience to finalize, I just want to put on context what is this type of love. I had a very powerful experience with Baba. Well, it was not a dream, but it was. I was with Swami appeared. It was in front of Swami. Swami's darshan, and then it was powerful and surprise. And then Swami asked me something. Swami asked me, if I put Swami in one hand and I put the world on the other hand, what are you going to choose? And I said, Swami, I choose this hand. I choose you. And Swami then replied, so why you keep looking and asking me for all these material things from this world, all these things, only things from this world? Why you keep looking for this and keep asking for this? You know something? All these material things from the world are not even one spark of my love. And then he said, all this universe is not even one spark of my love. And then he said, and let me tell you more than that, not even all the universes created are not even one spark of my real love. So why you keep looking for these material things of this planet? Just ask for Baba. That's it. And my God, that was very deep. And I asked Swami, so what is my mission on this planet? And he said, yes, you have a very big mission. You know what's your mission? Love all. And that's it. I said, okay, Swami. And I realized, I understand. What's the point of loving all? Okay. Do you think you love everyone? You love your kids, you love your wife, you love your parents. That's it, because you have a relationship. But this love is a piece of the real love. But it's really full of attachment. It's confusing. It's not a real love. So, in order to love all, you need to realize the self. You need to achieve the truth, the goal of life. When you enter to the consciousness of the truth, even if you just in the early state of Savikalpa Samadhi, you experience this powerful love. And it's very different as the love that we experience with the consciousness of the mind. So, love all. That's my mission. I need to love all. How can I love all, Swami? I need to experience you. I need you. I need this. When I love you, I experience that I'm love. I'm the consciousness. Now, I'm going to be able to love all. That's the point. So that's just a glimpse, some random experiences, trying to follow some, but there are many, many, many other things in between all these beautiful experiences. And please read Swami's books as much as we can. Read them all. Let me tell you, read them all. Stop reading comics or whatever. Just read Swami's books. That's the most important thing. Gayatri Mantra is your breath. Gayatri Mantra is your everything. Swami, everything that reminds you Swami, do it. You need your mind to be focused on Swami. And Swami's attachment to Baba is a good attachment. That is not a waste of nothing. It's a good attachment. you should attach to Baba, to Satya Sai Baba, first in order to avoid worldly attachments. Just attach to Baba. And this beautiful attachment to Baba will guide you to achieve the inner experience. Attached to Baba. Baba always have hundreds of millions of pictures. I know everybody's talking about detached to the form, detached to Swami. Don't see Swami, don't see Swami is not a form, just attached to the message. Bro, mind need to focus on one point. That's my experience. Focus on Baba form or Krishna form. Focus on this form is very important. It will, you need it. You need it. It's part of the process. So if you want to put picture of Baba in your car, picture of Baba everywhere, go ahead, man. Focus on Baba all day long. Gayatri mantra is your breath. Remember this. That's a very powerful advice. And as I mentioned, read Swami's books. Please go and try to find this book. Liberation, a reachable goal. You will see Swami's picture on the, try to read it, start your practices, go deep, and go deep. You will find the truth. Sairam. Thank you very much for this sacred opportunity.
I mean, great experiences, really. I mean, the way Swami has taken from giving a postcard of miracles to you, or a visiting card of miracles to you initially, followed by how he shaped up you with a diksha of Gayatri Mantra, emphasized you on chanting that, versus then going much deeper into how you realize your own self, versus how you practice it, um, and how you love your own self by loving Swami, how you focus Swami and start loving everybody else around you. Man, that's a profound experience, really. I mean, I hope we hear more from you in coming
Thank you.
days. Really
Just to
great.
be clear with everyone, I'm keep working on this process. It's a process. Still working on this. We need to keep working. And you know what's beautiful? What's something beautiful? These opportunities, these type of conversations, because we help each other. We move the car to the same direction each other, helping each other. That's very important. We remember Swami's teachings each other. That's very, very important. So we can keep working on this together. So sometimes I say, oh, I had this experience. I call Edilio, please help me. I had this type of experience during my meditation. What do you think it is? How can I do better? Then I talk to Prasanna, they talk to Sri Ram. Please, what do you think about this? We share all this. Then I talk to my wife. We need to share. Remember, we realizing God is individual, but it's also we are a team. We're a team to do this. We can plan bhajans, we can plan seva, but we need to work on this also. This is the most important project. Realize the self. That's the most important project, and the real one we need to achieve. Okay, so we need to work on this. Sri Ram, bro, I love you, man. You're the best. My blessings to your baby daughter, kisses and hugs to the baby, and to everyone present here. Prasanna, bro, we'll give you a gift on the side center next time. I'll give you a big hug. Thank you very much. And Sri Ram, bro, I don't know if you want to say something. Thank you.
No. I just want to say that, I'm grateful to Swami. First of all, when you came to the US and you came to Region 3, I was blessed to interact with you, my man. And even just the first interaction with you for me was, you have a certain energy about you, and we connect with that energy. I think we hit it off, from the very first conversation that I had with you, and I'm so grateful that you moved locally to Dallas. When I heard that you moved from Sister Savita, that you were moving to Dallas, I immediately put you in touch with Brother Vaikun in Dallas, and we're lucky to have you in our region.
I'm
I think,
lucky. I'm lucky. It was a
yeah.
surprise. I'm telling you, I'm in Dallas. What I'm doing, it's just everything is Swami's Leelas. I don't know. It's just beautiful. Very happy to be here, my friend.
No, but I think there's one thing, you talked about, I think you summarized your talk and everything, but you took us through the four cars that we need to travel through. First, you talked about the chamatkars or the miracles, initially. So all the beautiful, incredible miracles. I know you can talk for 8, 10 hours, probably days. That's the amount of experience you have. And I know I restricted you to an hour, but first you talked about all the incredible miracles. Some of them completely mind blowing, almost voodoo-ish. The miracle car. From that first car, which is chamatkar, it then should take you to sanskar, which is refinement. And Swami is bringing about this refinement in you, and that's what made you delve into sadhana and to go deep. That you keep talking about going deep. All these miracles, which are visiting cards, led you to the second, car, which is sanskar. And then from there, Swami says you move to the next car, which is paropkar, which is you become of use to someone else. And you're such a big asset and on use to us, my man. Just your very presence and your sharing, we are always, we feel enthused. We feel that energy. So this is the paropkar that you're doing, or the service that you're doing by just sharing, like you said. And that will lead you to the final car of sakshatkar, which is liberation that you talked about, liberation, a reachable goal. But oftentimes people like me sometimes travel in a different car called ahankar. So, you talked about that as well, how we sometimes go between these cars. And it was incredible. It was incredible. I mean, there's so much that we took away. And I'm genuinely grateful. When Brother Prasanna went to India, and he's currently in India, and hats off to him for being up so early. Prasanna, I've got to give it to you for the love and dedication for Swami's work. People like him are
Thank
the
you.
reason we have this bond. And I think when he went to India, and I wanted to help him out. You were someone who came to mind. I knew you could take up the entire session here, but I think there's another very interesting character right after you, brother Alok, and I know I want to give him the time and space to
Yes.
also share, because I think he's another inspiring and active young adult that we want to hear from. So without further ado, brother Alok.
I can't wait. I can't wait to hear Brother Alok.
Oh
Thank
yeah,
you
No.
very
yeah,
much.
Around.
Beautiful,
Um,
beautiful. Thank you.
can you guys hear me? Is that
yeah.
hear me well?
We can. Yeah, we're good.
Um, that's a tough act to follow. I mean, to be honest, personally, I the closest I got to Baba was like physically. I was about like maybe 10, 15 feet away from him. When I was a kid, I went to Puttaparthi, and I was fortunate enough to see him. But I really got into the Sai fold around like when I was like 7 or 8, so 2007, 2008. Uh, Definitely towards like maybe the tail end of uh his physical health, I guess. So like he wasn't really that active and stuff. I was fortunate enough to see him that day though. He did come out. But my journey is kind of it's definitely much different than brother Julio's. It's been more from afar. I got into the Sci Center when I was like 7 or 8, up in Boston when my family moved to the Boston Center. I don't remember who quite introduced us, but I remember that I hated going when I was a kid. I was My mom dragged me along every week. It was on Sunday football, so like week after week, constantly missing football. Um, yeah, initially it really was a struggle. I didn't really know the value of it personally, and I definitely I didn't practice or implement like that. I learned a lot. I learned a lot, and I think importantly, I made some really good friends. I think that was maybe the first step of how I kind of got a little closer into the sci fold. Um, Friends and role models. There were just so many people who I saw like just show up early for events, help set up, the last ones to leave, like just this lifestyle of like service and just love all, serve all. Like that's what I really fell in love with the sci community. That's kind of what drew me to it. But initially, yeah, I wasn't a fan. I honestly just showed up to hang out with my friends. Uh, it wasn't until it wasn't until I got to college that I truly learned the value of what we're taught in Sci Center. The five core values like peace, love, truth, nonviolence, right action. Um, Once I got to college, I started meeting lots and lots of different characters, new people from all types of different backgrounds. Some people were religious, some people weren't. And this is when I really saw that by practicing these values, it was kind of like a highway to success. I saw that I saw my friends who didn't have these kind of religious, not even, I wouldn't even call Sai about religion because it's the religion of love. He doesn't preach Christianity, or he's not about any one thing. That's another thing that I really liked. Um, it was just facts. He just like said good messages that really applied to a lot of scenarios. And in my life, I saw people who didn't live a life of honesty. Perhaps maybe they lied for small trivial things. They weren't hurting anybody, but like I saw the pitfalls that they fell into. Um, Maybe people who maybe had like a really big ego, and like they always had to like flash like expensive clothes or something like that. That's a pitfall, and I always feel blessed that I got introduced so young to the Sai fold and these messages because people, they spend their entire 20s, they work really hard for money, for fame, and they get there, they finally get it. They spent their entire 20s, maybe they're into their 30s, they get it, and they realize that they're still not happy. They think like this is a stuff that is going to get me happiness. They dedicate core, break relationship, like whatever it is, they make big life decisions trying to find this happiness, but they realize that it's not found in that dollar. It's not found in clothes and stuff. And if anything, that's my biggest blessing. I appreciate that I got that message early, that it stuck with me, that, hey, live a life of love and service. There's so many uncles and people around you that I saw, and like saw how happy they were. I saw just the way that they moved in life. Like you said, there's like an energy about these people where like things are calm. Um, but yeah, so when I went to college is when I first started. I was like, hold up, like there's something here. I met tons of people, and it was my I realized that it was my Sci Center friends, the people I met in Sci Center that I really truly enjoyed hanging out with. Just I got really good that I always left interactions with the Sci Center feeling like full, feeling happy. It was never like negative feelings, and that's kind of where my when I first started developing my own personal relationship with Baba. Um, a lot of people say different things about Baba. For me, I guess he's definitely like a friend. That's how maybe an older friend because he chastises me a lot. So maybe like an older friend, but I really started. I think it started with the place of gratitude. I wasn't like a switch flipped, but like the more I kind of seek knowledge, I guess that's another important thing was I was a skeptic. Still am a skeptic, and I think we should all be skeptics. Just keep asking why. And weirdly, I found a lot of answers in the Sai fold. Not weirdly, but like it's not a lot of usually religion is like belief, trust, belief, and faith. And there's something to that too. I think I want to touch back on that later. But I found a lot of answers, and actually more recently, the more I've explored and just like watching YouTube videos, interviews, things like that. Not of Baba specifically, but of Joe Rogan, like like just random people who have maybe good messages, other gurus and stuff, and it became like a symphony of like the same message. People who've never heard of Baba saying, sharing their life experiences of, hey, like if you start a business with a purpose of to serve, to make a difference. Like don't chase the money, and the money will chase you. These are people who've never seen Baba or heard of Baba really saying the same messages. So once I really started practicing this, like it started with a phase of gratitude. I realized that like I lived a very blessed life. Um, I started hearing, I don't know if that's when I first started recalling, but it was like a voice in my head, whether it's my own subconscious or if it's really Baba speaking. But it's like a tiny voice in my head. He's always offering suggestions. He's always saying stuff. If I This is around the time that I started noticing that like, hey, if I follow these values, like if I live honestly, or if it's just intent, if I walk through my day with good intent to love and serve the people around me, I noticed that things started happening for me. It was like a wind at my back kind of deal. Like, maybe like it wasn't an automatic door, but like maybe like I'm walking to a door, it opens up for me, figuratively and literally. Um, and conversely, I noticed that maybe I didn't have the right intent, maybe I make a mistake, maybe I lie. It stops. It's like it's suddenly like it stops, and it takes a while to get this momentum going again, where things like start happening to me, and like I have like this like wind at my back, and like this was like super strange at first, but I it kind of made me hone in on this. I was like, all right, like, hey, if things are working, like, let's not upset the guy upstairs. Like, if it works, it works. So let's do it. I really started. I share a lot with him. I think my relationship with Baba, like, as a close friend. So, like I said, he chastises me a lot. Like, whenever I make a mistake, I guaranteed that in the next 5, 10 seconds, when I look around, like I'll see a picture of Baba, like I'll see something where like he'll like it's always like he's like there's a photo of my house. He's always like this. He's like, what are you doing? Like why? Like it's like I always see stuff like that, and it's like I know like you're right, um, and it became a strength to me. I think it gave me a lot of confidence the way I go about my life. Suddenly my problems like they didn't really seem like big problems anymore. I was just keeping it in perspective. With especially with the sense like our brother Julio was also saying something about like Baba controls all. I believe that too in a way. The way I've experienced it is like, and it's kind of like from different again from different sources and stuff like that, interviews. Um, there was one interview I was watching where they talked about the Gita and the Bhagavad Gita, and they said how in the Gita the only like the only real things that we have control over in this life is our desires and our intention. And it goes on to talk about how like you're not even the doer of the action, you know? So you have you your gift is your free will. You can choose where to go, you can pick your desire and then you choose how hard to work towards it. The rest isn't even up to you. It's God physically moving your hand, like getting you to where you want to go. And that's kind of how I've been approaching my life too, with um like with Baba's message of alignment of thought, word, and deed. I think that's something I do where that's something I really practice. I try to practice because this is what I found, like thinking positive thoughts, like going along this idea that Baba really is a doer. My thoughts, it's what I'm actively asking for. It's what I'm creating in my world around me. And I'll give you an example. Like some recently, like a big challenge that I faced was I just started work recently. I was on the analytics team at work and loved it. I was doing great. I'm an analytics guy. It's what I really want for my career and stuff. But in the last week of training, I was my last week of my analytics training, I got switched. I got switched from the analytics team to the Linux team. It wasn't a choice. I was voluntold. I was kind of like picked up and placed. And now the stuff I was thrown back in training and stuff like that, and I was so upset for maybe like an hour, honestly. And past me would have been days, But as I've developed this relationship with Baba and stuff, I was like, why? And the next thought I had was like, hey, it's all part of the plan, because I did ask. I recently moved to Austin from Boston, from Massachusetts, and when I moved down here, I asked him. I said, give me the opportunity to grow, like these are my goals in life. This is my career goals. Like I want to be a business psychologist. Like I want to work my way there. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but he knows. He has a plan. He's going to put the necessary obstacles in front of me for necessary tests. Like I passed this test, I gained the skill required for the next test. Like he's going to put the opportunities and the test in front of me required to get to that goal. Like I'm not in control. I just have to keep walking. I picked my destination. I just have to walk. And this that's where my mind went with this Linux thing. Like when I got transferred teams, to be honest, like I'm working very hard. It's not a fun time at all. Definitely, like work is stressful, but this belief of that there's a reason to it. Like the way I rationalized it, because like I was talking to my mentor when I switched, he said, "Yeah, look, like I know your goals in analytics are like how you want to do analytics. You want to like analyze data and stuff like that, but this current role, you're really learning more about the technical stuff of AWS's analytics products. I'm learning more about how to maintain a Redshift server, than how to run a Redshift server. And he was like, after 2 years here, man, like I actually wish like, I kind of made the shift earlier too. And when he told me that, I was like, the last week of training, like is kind of things lined up. I was like, hey, maybe it is meant to be. Like I learned everything I needed. Like I know how a Redshift cluster works in and out. I learned QuickSight. I learned all these services in and out. But whatever experience I was going to get further in analytics wasn't good for my goal. However, Linux, on the other hand, it's everywhere. Like everything is built on Linux. It's a great hard skill. Um, I learned this. I truly have a lot of avenues and opportunities. Um, so that's a big way how like my relationship with Baba has helped me like navigate my life. It's given me confidence. It helps me deal with these challenges and setbacks. Uh, I don't have, I guess I skipped over this in my college time, but like I don't have a ton of miracles in my life per se. Nothing like brother Julio who killed it, but honestly kind of not jealous, but like just kind of like astonished. I was like, wow, that's a amazing relationship to have with him, for someone who I always just see the picture. But my relationship has really been more of like my experiences or any miracles I have always been like these um either like visual things that happen or it's like maybe like I hear a voice in my head. The most physical like real life interaction I had was there was this time in college where and like things like this kind of happen all the time, but this is the most distinct one. I wish I could could I draw something? I saw a whiteboard option. I'd love to use this if possible for my little scenario here.
You can. There's a whiteboard if you want to pull up a
Uh,
whiteboard.
well, let's see. Collaborate presenting. All right, all right, all right.
Or you can even do it in the
Can you
notepad
guys
or
see it?
whatever.
All right. Can you
Yep.
see this? All right. Cool, cool,
Yep.
cool. Okay. Draw. So, okay, this is my room. Basically, I got this is a door. This is where the door is right there. I was sitting on the couch right here. Sitting on the couch, table right here with my laptop and my iPad open, like little laptop. You guys get it. Fridge. This is a fridge. Like this is a fridge and trash can. And then so I have a picture of Baba right here on top of the wall, right here. So I was sitting. Sorry, a little setup required for this story, but this is the greatest miracle that's happened in my life. It wasn't. Um, it was just a funny story. So this was during COVID. I was in Zoom classes at the time, and I was sitting in my Zoom class, kind of just like I was watching the Zoom class on my iPad, taking notes on my laptop, and I was like, I looked over to my fridge. So I was sitting right here. This is X marks the spot. I was sitting right there. I was like, all right, should I have like I just got ice cream sandwiches, went grocery shopping. I was like, should I have an ice cream sandwich right now? And I was like, maybe like fine, you're not doing anything. Got up, went over to the fridge, got an ice cream sandwich, came back down, ate it. Then I was like, that was really good. Like I want another ice cream sandwich. And I know I really shouldn't. I shouldn't, getting fat, all that stuff. But I was like, whatever. It's like fine. I got up to get the ice cream sandwich, and so at this point, I'm standing here now. I'm standing here by the fridge. Open the door to the fridge, get the ice cream sandwich, open it. I'm eating. After take the first bite, I turn back around to look at the Zoom screen and like look at the laptop and the iPad. And at this point, my laptop had gone into screensaver mode. And this was like a quick glance. It was like bite, turn, look back, and I was like, oh wait, what the hell? And I turned back and it was gone. It was basically if you ever Google the definition of a word on like anything, like it gives you like there's a little like black box. It shows like the phonetic way to say the word, synonyms. So if you can picture that, it was the dictionary definition of the word impulsive bouncing around my screen like a screensaver. And I like literally a second because like I took the bite, I turned around, saw it, looked back because I was like throwing away the wrapper, and I swung my head back, gone. Went back, like woke up my laptop, like went through the settings, looked for all the saved screensavers, like what there is no saved screensaver of the dictionary definition of the word impulsive. And so like after I saw it, I did my search, I looked up, and then it was just like like bought like the Baba picture that I had on by the door, like staring at me, and I was like, all right, I get it. Like I get like I shouldn't have had the ice cream. Like like but like stuff like that where that's like the closest to like a miracle that I've had. Just with some other things like I remember like we had a budget in our house and there was like feet marks that appeared on the footrest for Baba on the foot pillow. That was kind of cool. But yeah, like as I've continued on this like journey, just to seek knowledge and stuff, um, this the messages of Baba really they're like they're echoed. It's like a symphony from everywhere, and it just gives me confidence that like I'm on the right path. I'm doing something right. Um, just to live a life of service and like love all serve all. Um, some of the Baba teachings that I really try to follow in my day-to-day life, I would say are help ever, hurt never. Definitely the alignment of thought, word, and deed. I think that one's crucial. 'Cause I think that really leads like ties into a lot of like you create the world you live in, whether it's hell or heaven or hell is right here. It's where you live and it's the world that you create. And love all, serve all. Um, I guess that's 8:30 already. Okay, I guess some closing thoughts of mine are yeah, like this teaching and these lifestyle, it's a path to success. I think I'm very fortunate that I've I was introduced young. Um, it really hit when I got to college. That's what I would say is when it was my turn to make the decisions, and I realized the impact that my decisions had on my life. They right away it was like, wait, like let's look at a manual. Like let's figure out how this works. Because going about this like just like freebieing it like trial and error, it's not that successful. And really just like seeing my Sai friends, seeing how they live their lives, seeing people not on the Sai fold, the mistakes that they really ran into, that it was a no-brainer really. It was like, all right, like I'm gonna go that way. Um, and then yeah, I feel empowered by my relationship with Swami, and truly, like he's an active force in my life. Like, I mean, it depends your definition of active, but he maybe doesn't change the environment, but like, he definitely affects the way I act. Like, there's a voice, or there is visual things that funk. Like, he messes with my tech all the time. Um, something one thing I've kind of been more recently aware of is like if something is relatively easy to do usually, but it doesn't happen, like whether it's like taking a wrapper off or like take something out, like something simple, and it's for some reason really difficult. Recently I've been like, okay, maybe not. Like I don't know why it's difficult right now, but and it's not like me avoiding my problems. If I have to get it done, I'll get it done. But I've kind of been like, maybe it's a sign, and and that's me being superstitious or whatever. um yeah, the thing about faith that I wanted to say was that was it was like, so with the alignment of thought, word, and deed, I think it's nice because so like a lot of times faith is like also interrupt me if time or whatever. But
That's okay. Go for it.
like faith is sometimes it's like giving the wrong message, I guess, because a lot of times it's like just believe, just believe and it'll happen. But I think the way that faith has a cool way of like kind of automating the behind the scenes required for success. And like one of the real things that's required is like just these positive thoughts, where it's like a man of faith will go to God and say like, God, like it's in your hands, and like just like take me there. And then he will go about and he'll go through his day to day. He'll face the obstacles as he come, but he won't have any doubts in his head. He doesn't have any fear of like this isn't the way. He's like it's in God's hands. Versus maybe like a more rational person, he might even attempt that journey to begin with, because rationally it doesn't make sense. There are so many things that could go wrong, but right then and there, like already these negative thoughts have already derailed him. You see what I'm saying? So this beautiful idea of faith, and I think I wish it was explained to me this way, perhaps, but it's a sense that like you're clearing your head, like you automatically when you believe, you're setting the stage for success. You just again like they said in the Gita, like all you really have control over is your desire and your intention. It's not even up to you how you get there. So like, why worry? There's no trying or failing. It's just if you're failing, you're learning. If you're failing, you're learning. There's a great talk about like failing forward, where whatever you fail, like you fall forward at least. You're falling, but like you're making progress along the way, and it's not really failure if you're making progress, I guess. So that's kind of how I kind of live my life, I guess. Everyone's gonna have obstacles, like whatever path you have, whatever you just choose to work towards, like God will put obstacles in front of you. It's just the way it works. Like it's not a bad thing per se. It's just like you you're if you don't pass this test, you're not ready for the next one. You'll definitely fail the next one. You see what I'm saying? You need to at least be able to lift 10 pounds of weights before you get to the next one. Because the next challenge, like you're gonna want, it's gonna be harder. You're gonna want growth, right? You're gonna want a nicer car, whatever it is. It's gonna be a tougher job. You better be able to lift 20 pounds at least. So like you're just gonna keep facing that challenge and opportunities too. Like they'll come to you. Uh just go through life with the good intentions. That's I think if I had any message, I would say alignment of thought, word, and deed. Like that's it. That and live your life in gratitude. It's done wonders for me. I think that's. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, but life's been great so far. Like again, like I've been blessed. Like I don't really have any negative experiences truly that have really affected me. I did have a loved one that I really care about pass away recently, an uncle, but I think this at work thing when I switched teams, I think that was like the most recent example of how because afterward my mom told me too. She's like, "Wow, look, you handled that really well. Like I thought you would deal with that worse." And I was like, you're right. I did handle that pretty well. Because like I was angry, like I was pissed off, but it was just once you're like, hey, like I asked him for this. Like I also asked God for like let me focus. Like when I came to Austin, like had like don't have a lot of friends. Thankfully, I met a lot of friends at the Psi community, but I asked him to help me focus. He put me in an environment where I had no friends. I had nothing to do but focus. I could really just work on myself. So like everything that like, because I was like, damn, like this sucks. I wish I was in Boston still. And that's when it hit me. I was like, hey, like you asked for this. Like you asked for this, and he's giving it to you, and you're still complaining. So like buck up, kind of deal. But yeah, just think positive thoughts. You are not your thoughts. Like simply having a bad thought, it doesn't really define you. Like you don't have to act on it. But really, this idea that you are not your thoughts, like your thoughts and your emotions too. That's something I've kind of been working on, I guess, is like how to deal with my emotions. Right now, I kind of just look at them as like advocates or like messengers. Like again, because these are important. Like pain, like these are important. Like we'd probably burn ourselves if we didn't have these sensations, these feelings, these thoughts and stuff. But at the same time, they're messengers. If otherwise you're living life very reactive. Like everyone else is in control what happens to you. If and this is where all the meditation and stuff I really think comes in because you're in control. Like that's if you can get an emotion, if you can, and I get angry all the time, but I think the only difference is like I cool down quicker now. Like when I get angry and I'm able to be very introspective and be like, all right, what caused that? Like, all right, who do I have to go apologize? Apologizing, not a thing anymore. I'm like, it's fine. Like if I messed up, like it's the first step to getting better, No more like, oh, I'm not gonna apologize. Like even if I didn't make a mistake, hey, let me just set the stage first. It's just it's a good way to live life. I feel like I'm creating an active world around me. Yeah, I think that's really my story. Not as many miracles, but hopefully
You don't need
just
any, man. You don't need any. Your story is incredible in itself. And in fact, your story is the miracle. You are the miracle, my man. You are the
hey, we
miracle.
all are.
We just heard two parts of two different versions of how Swami can influence people, right? One where he throws up tons of miracles, one where he gives a lot of experiences to a person, try to shower his blessings on the person. But on the other hand, take it very light, bringing in a silent transformation right from the childhood, making it realize when it is time up for you to actually realize one, right?
Yeah.
When you've grown up, right? And those are two different parts of the story, but it's amazing that how Swami becomes more personal for each one of us and gives
Hmm.
the tone that we really need uh,
Yeah.
uh, more personally, right? I mean, uh, uh, that's how I take it here, with hearing both sides of the coin. Julio's experiences where it is more um, thrilling, more a lot of miracles versus how he took those miracles into more. internal transformation, meditation, Gayatri, Japam, and things like that, versus how you, Alok, where you are put into SSE not voluntarily,
Yeah,
most likely, right? I mean, I just
I was.
uh, right, but how it brought in a silent transformation in you, and how it made you realize the meaning of life and the way we take it forward when we grow up to speed. So, I
Yeah,
thanks all
exactly.
for giving that opportunity for me to hear both of your experiences today. Wonderful,
No, yeah, no,
nice.
thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for
Ah,
having me.
well,
It's a blessing. Happy to share. And don't take my word for it. I would say don't take anyone's word for it. Keep asking questions and like test it. Like go out there and like spend a month, like live this way, and try, like you'll be happier. You really will be. Like it works. Yeah.
I think that's the beauty, right? Of I felt like you were very relatable to the average young adult and myself. And because as growing up, I was also quite a rational kid. I didn't understand faith just like you did. You couldn't initially, at least, because I think faith again is very scientific. It does work if you use the right instrument to examine. Like for
Yeah.
any scientific process, if you use the wrong instrument, you will arrive at the wrong conclusion. And you got to use the right instrument that has the right kind of resolution to give you the true picture. With faith, you need to use the instrument of the heart and not the mind or the rational mind to evaluate it. And
Absolutely.
so it's very scientific and it does work. And I found that you know my rationality and faith don't need to be at loggerheads in one sense. So I think that's again, like you said, you made a very important point to all relative young adults, right? All of us are products of this rational age, and we like to question and we want to know why. But if you question with a genuine sense of wanting to know the answer, Swami will give you the answer. Any sincere question will be answered by Swami. That includes a question on something like faith. That's beautiful. That's so important, and we must encourage our young adults to question truly and examine, experiment and experience, like you said. Experiment everything. Don't take anyone's word. Not even Krishna says, "Don't take my word for gospel." Don't take the words of Jesus, Krishna, or Sai even for gospel. But at least take it and truly try to implement it, which you seem to be doing. You take Swami's word, examine it, and truly examine it, and you're getting the results. You're seeing that it does work, and it's an incredible journey. I'm so happy to spend these extra 10-15 minutes talking to people like you, because you define what the young adult journey is and what young adults are all about, my man. And it's incredible. I love that. And the other important thing that you brought up, that clarity that you have right now, you said something very interesting, because it reminded me of a story. Two young men who were very poor turned up and they were wanting to make some money because they wanted a better life. One person, and at that point, an old man came and arrived at the scene. He seemed like a wise man. And he said, here, he showed two paths to these two men who were in a village who were very poor. And both of them wanted to, have a better life for themselves. To one fellow, the path was strewn with gold. And this was one path, and another path which was strewn with jasmine flowers, a beautiful scented flowers. This guy, one of the guys, chose the path with the gold, and he went along that path. And the other fellow chose the path with the jasmine flowers. This fellow who went along the path of the gold, he so happened that he came across dacoits, he came across dishonest businessmen, he came across so many things in his life. But despite all the struggles, he earned a lot of wealth. But in the process of earning that wealth, he had become hardened. He had become cynical of life. And then the other kid who went along this jasmine covered path, he had obstacles, but he met very good people along the way. He met saints in one sense, and he found that these jasmine, or these unique flowers which had this great scent, not only improved his sense of well-being, but they also had medicinal properties which could serve others. So he felt that this should be the way he should go about making money, through serving others and making a difference, which you talked about, that I want to put my skills to serve. And people like you will make a better place, and and we're so lucky to have guys like you. It always fills me
Appreciate it.
pride. So keep questioning.
It's the community. It's the community, I think. Absolutely.
And keep us honest when we don't when we aren't. So yeah, I'm grateful. And if you want to bring the session to the close in any which way, we'd be extremely grateful.
Sairam, brother Sriram, this is Urmi. Can I? I just had a quick comment. I'm so inspired and so moved by Brother Alok and Brother Julio's sharings. I actually missed the first part of it, but somehow Swami always places me at these YA forums, and I always derive something that seems uniquely applicable just for me. So I wanted to say I'm not a young adult, but as an older adult, I won't say old, but older adult. That's my vanity, right? So as an older adult, I have to say every time I come to these sessions, I feel like I've been rejuvenated, because as we age, our ego also doesn't go away, right? Even if we think we're doing sadhana, the ego becomes more and more, it's like, we get tarnished with the daily living. The more we live, if we aren't as clean and clear as as those in the Sai fold, right, are all our lives, and you all have the advantage of that, right? Because from your youth, and some of us, we've had many kind of dramatic events when we've grown away from Swami, come back to Swami, and so on and so forth. But I have to say, every time I attend these sessions, I feel very rejuvenated. I feel hopeful always if I've had a doubtful day, and I feel rejuvenated. And every message is uniquely, it seems, it's meant for me. That both Brother Alok and Brother Julio said. There are specific things like Gayatri Mantra, Swami's, physical form, then Brother Alok, everything that you said about your friendship with Swami and these little miracles that happen, when something is happening, right? And how you feel. I've felt Swami in the room. I felt him in the room with me. So you really do. Your friendship with Swami is the miracle. But I wanted to thank this young adult forum and all those who speak here, for those who are older adults who are again rejuvenated by listening to y'all, because this kind of clarity, it's truly inspiring. So thank you, Sairam.
I think we need to thank you as well, Sister Rumi, and all the adults, right? The adults, come onto this forum and they shower a lot of love, and they enjoy and they appreciate, and they really, give the young adults and prop them up. And I think this sort of community, wherein this sort of positive energy, like he's talking about, and because he said something very profound to me that it reminded me of a very senior devotee of Swami. He said, because he said that in his talk, all actions are God's and all reactions are man's. And he mentioned it. He said in the Gita, he said all actions only God can do, and all the reactions. He was talking at the very fag end now. If you meditate on just these 8 words, that's life. He said the whole entire life is condensed into 8 words. All actions are God's, all reactions are man's. And you actually reminded me through your talk today. Hats off, my man. It's just incredibly profound nuggets of wisdom being thrown at us, and just the love and the energy of this space. That's why you go 15 minutes over. People want to stay on and hear it. But we don't want to abuse it. So, let's bring it to a close.
So before we call it a close, I just want to remind 2 things. One, we have a YA retreat coming up in Austin. That's going to happen in July the 29th and the 30th. This is specific for YA. So if you are a YA, if you're interested in coming up to Austin in person this time, please do register. The links to the registration are sent out in WhatsApp channels and in the central announcements. Please contact either of the central officers or to the regional officers here. Reach out to either one of them, and we'll be happy to help you register through this event. The second one is for the upcoming Labor Day retreat. The early registrations are welcome here. We have the registrations open right now. Please do register. It gives us chance to, if you register early, it saves a lot of cost first, and help also us to plan in terms of number of people coming in, etc. So we encourage early registrations here. Please do register for that as well. The links for the registrations again sent out in the central announcements, and you can reach out to your center officers or the regional officers if you have any questions. With that, thanks to Swami, and thanks to both Alok and Julio and Sri Ram here for helping us to enjoy this beautiful journey. And I request Alok to take us through the closure here. Sarah.
Just like Om Three Shantis or
Do it.
okay. All right. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
Jai.
This was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank
Sai Ram.
you, Sai Ram.
Love you, doctor.
Thank you, Alok. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks for the opportunity. Take care, everybody.
Say bye bye. Bye bye.
Hi, Ram.